You need to beat a dead stat. I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah, so I heard that's the stories go.
No need to beat a dead stat, but I'm going to do it here. He's 6-5 and 1-2 versus Protoss.
Brennan.
All right.
There's no need to beat a dead stat.
Actually, that was before these games. So after winning against Rogue, he's 7-5 and still 1 versus 2.
What about SOS?
Yeah, what about SOS? You want to read those out for us?
Hold on just a minute.
Just a minute. Brendan.
All right, here we got him. Okay. After he just won his game, he's now 9-7 and 6-2 against Protoss.
Wow, so clearly the much stronger PvP player.
Well,
in stats.
In statistics.
I'm disappointed in the class when they win that game. I'm just been like, my predictions, except the Cure one, have been a little bit.
I kind of that makes me what 3-1 right now.
You're 3-1. I'm 3-1. Wolf is 1-3.
I'm gonna say SOS takes this one too.
You know what? Actually,
they didn't ask for our predictions.
No,
this time,
they didn't.
Let's make it right, guys. Come on.
I'm thinking about this one. And you know what?
I'm gonna go with SOS again.
Good choice.
Yeah. High five.
High five and all night, man.
This one is really tough. I really, actually, am going to go with Rain. I'm going to go with Rain.
All right. Best of luck to you, sir.
Because SOS preparing for a different style of Protoss versus Protoss this whole time.
That's very true. He was practicing for the air toss wars.
And that's going to be... We're going to see some air toss on this map to a certain extent, but not quite what we saw the last time. A lot more ground units involved here. All right, the map is up and loaded. This is the ace match between SK the winners of round 1, and JINAIR Greenwings, the winners of round 2, here at the 2014 SPL. Today, the TriCast, Moonglade, Brendan, and Wolf.
SKT1
In the top right on this map, in the orange for SK Telecom T1, it is Rain. Parting's chair died.
Yep. You know, further adding his opponent to the top of his SOS, but further adds to the mystery of whether or not his ID was supposed to be farting. But you know, because there's no F sound in Korea, he might have used the P instead. Everyone's always wondering about that. You know, nobody really knows. I mean, there's so many different things that could be parting. You know, like parting your hair, parting the Red Sea, parting ways with somebody. That's about it for parting, actually. But you know, there's always farting, which
farting it makes more sense, but
it's kind of not very appropriate for a game's name.
Well, I mean, the thing is, Boom Boom was farting noise, right? And he was actually quite well known. I wonder what he's up to these days.
Who knows, man?
You know, I wonder what he's up to. Like, is he still playing? Because I don't.
You know,
I don't remember a retirement announcement.
I honestly
for him.
don't think he was that good of a player to care that much about, man.
Honestly,
really,
the honest opinion coming out of
He
him.
played some really good games.
He's alright, but I mean, I don't really.
He's no Tassadar, okay? You can't put him in that group, all right? There's no terror.
All right.
Terror.
He's no Tibble, okay? He's not one of these weird players with a T name that just never won any games ever.
Terror was just a little kid, and he looked terrified every time he was in that booth.
Yeah.
You know.
I
wonder if we'll ever see Terror again.
When he grows up a little bit, I'm sure he'll come back. You know, he's just gonna.
He's gonna be the best StarCraft 3 player.
Could be.
Could be.
Could pull a Maru.
Yeah.
Maru used to be so young.
You think he'll be a bit older by the time StarCraft 3 comes around there?
Well, I mean, look at ST. Yeah, worked out okay for him.
Yeah. No, he's great. I love that guy.
Well, we've got a bit of gas inefficiency going on here.
3 and a 1. I wonder if that's on purpose.
Wouldn't it be better to just have 2 and 2, like 100%?
Well, technically, it'd probably be the same speed.
No, I think that you lose a little bit of efficiency, right? When you have.
Well, they're 3-3 now, so maybe it was a mistake after all. We'll never know.
We'll never know.
You have to ask him after this match.
I'll go
ask him. SOS going Stargate here.
That's the right choice.
He did get a faster gateway here and a faster cyber core, of course, because he wants to get the tech out very fast.
Wants to start harassment.
Starts it before the warp gate research as well,
Now,
and
if-
his mothership core.
Wow, that's a very, very quick Stargate.
The most Rain-like thing that Rain could do here would be to get his own Stargate and go Phoenix, because he's expecting oracles.
That would be
like the Rain way to go.
very intelligent.
That's what Rain normally does, but he's not. He's
Going for
I
his
don't know
Twilight.
about this one.
Probably, you know, it's not the best, but not the worst, I feel like. Robo might be the worst against him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, you know, he's not doing too badly. And he's going to do Phoenix, all right.
Phoenix is.
So,
SOS saying, well, I prepared for Sky Toss.
so he's going to
Let's do it again.
He's going to stay with that trend, be like, all right, you know, good chance of Phoenix Wars on this map, being in such close positions by air.
I'm almost, to be honest, like, baffled by the Twilight Council choice. We rarely see, you know, players who go up against this aggressive type of Stargate
Really
play.
fast blink.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean-
maybe on this map, since the air distance is so small, he knows that if he goes Stargate, SOS is going to scout it, and then SOS will just make more Phoenixes because he has the Stargate out first.
I mean, he doesn't know. I mean, before he made this choice, so he didn't have that information, right? So it's just like a.
Well, let's see what he goes next. I mean, he's going straight into Robo.
He did have the information because he got the probe in there, I think.
Did he see that? Can you check that
I
for
think
me?
so,
Blade?
yeah.
I know you have like a bit of a weird setup. Okay, so yeah, he did see that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
he saw it, but
So this is like a...
The counter. So he's gonna actually try to
blink
just
timing.
kill him.
He's going to try
Yeah.
blink timing, but at the same time, because of that Phoenix Scout, he's going to go straight into Robo, obviously straight into Immortals, and play defensive, and wait for this timing. And from there, I'm sure they're both going to expand, and it's going to probably go into a bit of a later game.
Yeah,
But we'll
I
have
don't
to
think
wait
this
and
is
see.
gonna be a game that's ended at any point, right? You know, too soon.
No, absolutely not.
He's got a.
We do see some pylons on the map there, you know, some pretty close pylons to SOS's base that haven't been scouted just yet. And he is warping in Stalkers, so we might see some aggression after all. We'll have to wait and see if SOS has enough to kind of defend against this.
It's funny that he didn't go for a Void Ray. He's still going to be able to lift up 3 Stalkers in the fight.
But still, the Immortal is not out here.
Immortal's almost out. He might be out actually by the time.
Well, the Immortal will be out, but it's only one, and it can be targeted down pretty quick.
But I'm thinking this is actually fake pressure, and Rain is going to expand off of this.
But he has a probe in position for that.
So there's a lot of mind games going on.
He's got that sentry here too, so he can try to force field up the ramp.
And now he's bringing the 3 Stalkers he had from his base because he's pushed SOS back. Now he wants this force at the main base here of SOS.
Nexus could be started at any moment. He's got enough resources for it. Looks like he's making Stalkers instead. I think he just has that probe down there just in case he wants to make a base. Doesn't seem to be his
And
plan
this is
though.
still like kind of enough Stalkers to really put on some
Yeah, I
pressure.
think so. He just blinks up. Well, there's now the second Immortals there, though. It's a little bit more tough. We'll see. He's just going to keep poking here. Target down those Phoenixes.
Sentry doing nothing. No Guardian Shield, no force fields there. And with that kind of, not botched attack, but not the way he wanted it to go, he's just going to take a Nexus here while putting on more pressure.
It's two sentries to kind of trap, trying to force him down the ramp a little bit, and trap with some double force field. But we'll see if SOS kind of gets baited down with these Stalkers. Both kind of defensive, but, you know, Rain's Nexus half finished. SOS hasn't even begun his. He's too worried. Finally starts it.
I like the position much more for Rain here.
Yeah,
I think tech is much more important than the small advantage in economy in
he's
this
playing
matchup.
very, very smart.
And, you know, Rain's not able to get anything done here. Now walking back home, disappointed and sad, dejected even. Would love to go out for a shrimp on the Barbie, but I don't think anyone's inviting him right now.
No, he's no Barbies in SOS's base, that's for sure.
No shrimps.
No shrimps on that Barbie.
No prawn either.
No prawns.
Not even a prawn, mate. No, but he had scouted with the Phoenix, so he knows exactly what was going on. He knew it was a ruse all along. Something was sus with the pressure. It wasn't fully committed, and he was actually expanding behind it. So, you know, he's not in a terrible position, but he's going to be slightly behind in economy. Though I do think he has the tech advantage right now. He's going to want to go into Colossus soon, I'm sure. Starting upgrades.
Yeah. We're going to enter this kind of mid region here of PvP where, you know, as long as we're not on maze, we're going to have these players just go into upgrades, get their tech up, and choose one of two paths of going into Colossi or into Charizard Archon. Charizard Archon being a lot more common these days.
Yeah. Well,
Especially with the Immortals mixed in there.
I'd say that the advantage that right now SOS has, he hasn't won the game yet, but he's going to be able to control the game in his whims, basically. Production-wise here, the Forge upgrade for him has started already, but it's at the same time as his opponent. But he has just so much more going for him here. He's going to get his own Twilight Council, so he can get +2, and eventually Archons. I think this may end up being a relatively Colossi-less game. It starts to seem that way.
It looks like, yeah, it'll be very, like a mortal Archon, perhaps.
Yeah.
No real desire to go towards Colossus just yet.
Yeah, and there's the Templar Archives out of SOS. He didn't have the Twilight Council, but he put that down, and right afterwards he went straight into Templar Archives. Whereas in the meantime, Rain he had to get that robot because that's what he didn't have, and now he's making Immortals.
He also even has these Phoenixes still to rely on with their utility of being able to lift up some of the Immortals of his opponent.
Yeah, and to just scout everything essentially. I mean, nothing's really going to shut them down. So they've kind of got like full kind of like map control. Well, not really control, just map vision. They can fly around anywhere they want. Check for any third base that might be coming up. Fly through the main base and see all these gateways being put down by Rain. So obviously there is going to be a timing done by Rain. We're going to have to wait and see whether SOS is going to try and take a third or he's going to kind of do the same sort of thing. And he is putting down an extra 4 gateways of his own. So both players kind of playing exactly the same sort of way. And it's going to be pretty much based on positioning more than anything else, I think, and some micro.
Yeah, well, I think he might actually just... Okay, well, I was going to say he might just take a third base and use these gateways to pressure a little bit, but with those two going down, I think this is pretty much... It's almost like an all-in what we're about to see.
Super aggression. It's like really, really committed to a two-base timing.
These two high Templar not want to be an Archon together.
They're like facing away from each other.
Yeah, those two are like, I will not be an Archon with Steven. Absolutely not. Could you warp in an additional Templar? Because like Tim is fine. But
warps in 2 more Templar.
I'm not going to spend the rest of my life merged together with Steven. I'm like just pretty sure that's not a good idea. And in fact, I'd rather be the guy who'd feedback some Mothership Core than be an Archon with Steven. I think that's what we're going to see with that guy, actually. Let's see what becomes of him. His name is Ralph, by the way.
Ralph.
Yeah, that's definitely Ralph.
Where did he go?
Like a Ralph. I think
he merged, man.
Yeah, he gave up and became an Archon anyway.
Wow.
Yeah. And both players taking
just talk the talk, but couldn't walk the walk. He's still made the Archon.
He was weak, man. He couldn't really put up a fight or an argument.
Well, here's the army of Rain. We got a good look at the army of SOS, and the one of SOS looks much stronger. He has 2 more Immortals, and he has 3 more Zealots. And of course, those 2 Phoenixes are going to be able to lift up to the Immortals of Rain. So if they just go straight up, head-to-head here with no position advantage here for Rain, SOS is going to take the fight.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Let's see, though.
And definitely some great positioning of pylons around the bottom 2, near the third base. So he can definitely put on a really good front. Plenty of warp in space. And it's just about kind of like getting down that ramp and getting a good concave. I mean, you don't want to be all boxed up. And yeah, Rain sees exactly what's going on.
Doesn't want to waste any of his charges. Oh, looky here. We get a few more Zealots in here. 3, it looks like. And this forces the engagement. SOS is trying to go through here. Lifting up those Immortals with the Phoenix is pretty useful here, but he's underneath the Time Warp.
The core of SOS is very late now, and these Time Warps are definitely not as good as the ones that Rain had.
And it looks like, actually, Rain, with all these Archons, is just going to hold. And meanwhile, he's still doing damage in the main base. This is a terrible engagement by SOS. A poor judgment. And that's it. That's going to be game.
Blink now.
Yeah, he's got Blink.
Yep.
Sup. Done.
Yeah,
GG. Rain wins.
Well played.
Told you guys.
Oh, you got that one. You got that one.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
You got that
I
one,
guess
man.
Wolf and SKT get the last laugh today.
Rain gives a little look to the camera before he comes out and bows. Very nicely played by him.
Well defended. I mean, he did have the great position, those great time warps. Really shut down the army. Archons were trapped in the back for SOS, which really made it a lot harder.
He attacked into a concave on the ramp, so his units in the back weren't able to attack. He didn't have his mothership core with him for the beginning of the fight. His time warps, when it got there, were terrible.
Yeah.
Even though he had like a slight advantage in army, the fight he took was horrendous.
He really got pressured by the warp prism in his main.
Yeah.
I think that really triggered
Yeah, I think he was just like, oh, I gotta go. You know,
He's like, oh damn it, I have to do it now, or I'm just gonna take too much damage at home. And
I think it's too that he jested around to warp ins right before the Zealots came in his base, so he couldn't just warp in Zealots and home. He was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, he chrono boosted the warp gate there. He was like, I gotta get something, but then he was like, no, I guess I just gotta attack.
I feel like he should have gone from like the bottom ramp upwards, not the the side ramp into his army. That made it really awkward. And
yeah, that was a
just
really bad engagement there.
It was all about positioning, and he chose the wrong one.
All right, so we've got the end here. So let's take a look at our results. Rain